Alright folks, welcome back to Code Searcher. This, I know you don't know this, there's no way for you to know this, but this is in fact take number 8. It seems like I cannot get through this table. From the distractions, to the dog barking, to one of my kids needing something. So, help me Lord, get through this table. This is table number 3 in the code, the comments series. This is Michael Drosnin's table that I've been looking at for a few years now. For those that you know me, remember I've talked about this table that talks about a comet, and it's pretty devastating. This is it. This comes out of his book. I think it's number 2. Could be 3. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I read it. But anyway, here it is. I never could find a name of a comet in this table, if you recall. If you look at the top up here, it says Comet Elenin. See, even back then, we were looking for Elenin here, and I never could find it. We could find the date though. There was 2012 was there. It's written backwards. It actually says something else in the right direction, but it's in fact there. But also in plain sight is S1. So in reality, the name of Comet Ison is there. 2012 S1. It's the same letters I used in my previous video on 2012 S1 Ison. My objective here is to confirm one another, to cross-check them to see if they're the same terms in each. And let me just blow this up, and we'll take a look at what Michael has here. In the gold, if you recall in the last video I talked about, I will tear to pieces, it will be crumbled. Comets are temperamental when it comes to gravity and velocity. Okay, if you recall Comet Shoemaker Levy 9, back in the 90s, it was actually pulled apart by the gravity and the velocity from Jupiter. It looked like a string of pearls in the solar system, and it did about 24 impacts. I may be wrong, maybe 21 impacts into Jupiter. Okay, so gravity and velocity does some weird stuff to comets. All right, so keep in mind this here. Because in this term, blunderbuss or scattergun, which essentially is a shotgun blast. Okay, and if you know anything about shotguns, it's a scattered pattern. It's just random, holes everywhere. It's here twice, well, actually 3 times. In the red, you can see blunderbuss. It's up here. And oddly, if you read it from the other direction, it means the pit. So you got blunderbuss one way and the pit another way. Some of the other terms up here in the blue, you have whole earth annihilated. Seismic, it runs here. Mantle runs right next to it. Canada is there, of all countries. No other country appears in this table. So, be prayed up, Canada. We love you. 60 appears. Planetary wonder. Fragmentary. It's there a couple of times. Eradication is there in the gray. Axis. Axis modifier. Crater. So there's a lot of stuff here that kind of shook me up when I first discovered it. It just because I think back to Revelation 8 verse 8 through 11, and it talks about the angel throwing a fiery mountain into the sea and a star falling and wormwood. Well, it just so happens, folks, that I found wormwood in this table, and let's just look at what I've got. This is a reconstruction of Michael Drosnin's table. This is in fact his. Here is the axis term, the comet. Right here is the word 60, and in the red is blunderbuss right here. Alright, right here is 2012 S1. I will tear into pieces, I will break apart. Here's mantle. Up here is annihilate, or the whole world annihilated. Tongue light appears here in the yellow. It's tongue light. Here in the hot pink, folks, Michael Drosnin didn't have this in his table, but that is in fact wormwood. So wormwood crosses over, and this is a densely packed area of terms. Okay, we've got Canada right there. In the red is devastate, so that makes like a perfect cross. And I don't know if this means anything, but remember back when Element was coming through and that big red X out in the Pacific Northwest out there, they thought, oh, the X marks the spot. Well, being that Canada appears in this, okay, and you know, I know that the fiery mountain hits the sea, it just kind of makes me think that that might be connected to this comet instead of Element, again, because of course Element was proven wrong. Here's the month of Heshvan. It runs here. That is also when Ison appears. Ison also appears in this text, but it's in a row skip. I'd have to put this on a row skip and show you, but we're just going to run through this table real quick. A fragment is up at the top. NASA appears. That's another word that Drosnin didn't have. NASA is right here in the baby blue. Woes. Woes is in the purple. Right there. Judgment in the hot pink. And I'm sorry if I'm running through this quickly, folks. This is literally, I think, my 9th attempt, and I'm trying to get through it without my dogs barking and my kids running and asking me for something. Up here we got this a star in the purple right here. In the green is the destroyer, and woes is also over here in this corner. Let me just move it so you can see. It appears here in the purple. And make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yes, the pit. This is the pit. Crater and the pit. So my point in all three of these videos, folks, is that Revelation is in play, and I'm willing to bet that this comet coming through next year in the month of Heshvan is connected to wormwood. Now I'm not convinced that it is wormwood, but it's definitely connected. Okay, comets do very weird stuff. They change course, they run into things, I mean, they carry a lot of debris with them. One thing is for sure, it is going to be a significant event any way you look at it. I guarantee you it's a sign from God. I would even go as far as to say it's a possible judgment, because harbingers come up in a couple of the other places in other tables. We know the world's under judgment. We know Revelation 8 through 11 is going to happen sometime. We know we're in the end days. The codes testify to it in many ways, folks. I'm going to show you in many ways the codes will confirm the times that we're in. So I would compel you, if you do not know Yeshua as your Savior, get to know Him really quick. If you do know Him, rejoice. Your redemption draws nigh. God bless you. Be looking for my next video. I love you.